Thank you. Shabbat shalom, everybody, and you're welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. I'm going to be slow because of advert this morning, very, very slow. I'm going to speak one by one, not fast. The Parashat of this morning is Parashat Emor. You see, our Parashat is Parashat Emor, and that is what we're going to discuss about this morning. There are all kinds of controversy concerning especially the topic of this morning. And I want to clarify some of these controversies. I won't say some kind of controversies, but I will say maybe some kind of understanding. People have different kind of understanding concerning, for example, the counting of the Omer and who is an Israelite. So this morning I subtitled the message this morning as "Who is an Israelite?" according to the Torah. Who is an Israelite according to what the Torah said? And he said, and went out a son of an Israelite woman. And went out a son of an Israelite woman. We're going to see that. Okay? To continue, this topic gave us a lot of laws, right? A lot of mitzvot here. We have the laws of the Kohen, the law of the the law of the Kohanim, and the law of the Kohen Gadol. We have the law of the blemishes, the animal that you have to offer. If it is bad, the one you cannot offer. We have the law of the terumah, the gift, and we have the law of blasphemy, those that blaspheme the name of the living God. And we have the festivals, right? The law of the festivals. We have also the law of the Omer, the counting of the Omer, and all our festivals are listed here, right? The God-given Torah-based festival that God gave to us. We have the Pesach, we have the Shavuot, we have Yom Teruah, we have Yom Kippur, and we have the Sukkot. So all those are the very, very important festival that God has given us. And we have also Shmini Azaret, and we also have Yovel, which means the year of Jubilee. Right? All those are the festival that God is asking us to do. And we can see that in the previous, last week, Parashat, the Parashat there, or the Sidra, the book, the chapter, there with the commandment. Remember, with the commandment that every Israelite has to be what? Has to be holy. That's what he dealt with last week. Right? That we have to be holy, we have to be separated as an entity, as a community, as a whole. But now, God is making it even more intimate now. God is talking to a special group of people among these people. God now is taking out a group of people from that community. And that group of people are the what? Are the Kohanim. God now is telling the Kohanim, okay, this is the law for everybody, which everybody has to obey. Right? But I'm taking you out from the people. Your own responsibility is even more. Your own law is even more. You have to be more clean than the rest of the people. What the people can do and they go scot-free, you cannot do it. If you do it, you face the consequence of your action. Because you are more closer to me. Because to whom much is given, much is what is expected. Right? The same thing in the military. The same thing. With the military people, what we do? We obey two laws. We have the military laws, which we have to obey. And we have the civilian law, which we have to obey. But the civilians, they have only one law, the law of the civilians. So if me, as a military person, will go and do something wrong, then say, okay, because I'm a military, I can do whatever I want to do. No, it doesn't work that way. The civilian law will hook me up. Even though if the military law, if I escape in the military law, the civilian law will hook me up. So I have to obey the two laws. So the same thing here in what God is doing. We have general law for all Israelites, right? That is for all Israelites, which the Kohen and the Kohanim has to obey too, because they cannot. Because those are the lower elementary law. But in their own law now that God is giving them now is even more advanced, more closer, because they have to sanctify themselves. They have to be more closer to God Himself. We can see all those laws. You shall not marry this person. You shall not marry that person. This is the type of a woman you have to marry. You cannot. A Kohanim cannot marry a non-Israelite. No, you can't. Even though no matter how you say, oh, I love her, it won't work. Because you're a Kohanim. Any other Israelite can go and marry outside, no problem. They can even marry a non-Israelite, no issue. But you as a Kohanim, you can't. Because you're a Kohanim. You see, it's more strict. Now, let's say, if you are a Kohanim, right, you can only mourn for your father, for your mama, for your brother, for your sister who is non-married. And the Torah make it clear, who is a virgin, non-married. That's the person you can mourn for. But your sister who is married, you cannot mourn for her because she has an husband who can mourn for her. Right? And now, let's see, inside the Kohanim now, in this group of people, God even went further. God took a man out of that group. Right? He said, okay, you are the Kohen Gadol, come here. So that Kohen Gadol, his own law is even more stricter than the law of the Kohanim. You see, as God is doing it. Because this Kohen Gadol is the one that is completely intimate with God. Right? He is the kind of the one who intercedes between the people and God. So the Kohen Gadol now cannot even mourn for the mama or for the papa. No, he can't. Because the oil, the holy oil, the sanctity oil is upon him. Because he has a crown upon his head, the crown of his God. Because if you are a Kohen Gadol, the head of the people, is just like a king, right? You come outside, what do you want the people to do? You can say, what is going on? The old people will be, their power, their energy, everything will be down because all the people are what? Looking up to you. You have to always compose yourself. You see, the mama, I remember when we were young, right? When we don't have anything, you see, my mom always composed herself. I never understood it. It is now, when you grow up, you are going to understand one by one. The work of parents or parenting is hard. My mom, sometimes we just have only soup. My mom, I never see in her face that she's worried. He said, okay, he made the soup. He said, okay, this is it. I said, I want to eat bread. You don't have bread now, just drink this soup. You just drink and say, go to bed. That is because if she's worried, when I look at it, when I look at her eyes and she's so worried, then me, I won't sleep. But when she go to compose herself, everything is under control. But actually, it's not under control. You see, but because she composed herself manly, I said, okay, everything is good. I know maybe she was late to buy the bread, but later on I was actually there was no bread at all. She doesn't have the money to buy the bread. I said, okay, now I can understand. But at that time, I cried and said, no, I need. A baby has to, a boy doesn't have any idea of what the parents are going through, right? So this is the idea. You have to always compose yourself. Understand, because the people are looking up to you. And when the people are looking, and once the people see that the leadership is under control, they are confident. They are ready to go a mile or an extra mile for the leadership because they know everything is under control. All right, that being said, so let's now go. Who is an Israelite? We want to see according to the Torah. And went out the son of an Israelite woman. Please, I want you to follow me one by one. It's very short, it's not long, but please follow me one by one. And went out the son of an Israelite woman, whose father was an Egyptian man, amongst the children of Israel. And there was a struggle in the camp between the son of the Israelite woman and an Israelite man. And the son of the Israelite woman uttered a curse against the name. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 10 and 11. Leviticus 24, verse 10 and 11. So, there is something peculiar about the incident that is mentioned in this Sidra, in this chapter. That is very strong, because God is telling us that in the years to come, God knows 100,000 millions of years to come. God is saying in the years to come, some incidents will happen where a man or some men, they will rise up and change what I ordained. A time will come Where some men or some man or a man who will just say, okay, I am the leader, then I have the right and everything to change the custom of the Torah. And God is saying, when that time comes, behold and lo, follow the Torah, not that man. It might be holy man, it doesn't matter. And it might be a wonderful man who from his mouth comes fire. He can raise up the dead, he can do anything. Whatever he wants to do, he can do it. But when that man comes and tells you to go left, and the Torah says, no, go right, follow the Torah, go right. Okay? Not the man. It doesn't matter what kind of wonder or what kind of magic or what kind of miracle that man performs. But if he tells you to go left and the Torah says go right, go right. Don't follow that man. So let's see. The character involved in this incident are described not by their names. Only the name of the mother of that son whose father is an Israelite was given in the Torah. And this is her name. They say the son of Shilomim, the daughter of Dibri of the tribe of Dan. And I'm coming there because we see our rabbis, they try to do what? To degrade the name of that woman. But that is not what the Torah is saying. The Torah is telling us an incident will come in the future. When a man will tell you this, but the Torah is telling us that. You follow that, not this. Now, the individual who cursed and insulted the name, okay, let me go back a little bit. The character involved in this incident, right, are described not by their names, which aren't even given in the Torah. Only one of the names was given, which is the name of the mother of the boy whose father is an Egyptian. But according to their word, according to their parentage. The individual who caused and insulted the name of God, from this point now, we're going to be calling that person the culprit, the person who caused that problem. Is described as a son of an Israelite woman whose father was an Egyptian man. While the man with whom is strife is referred to simply as an Israelite man. The terminology used obviously reflects something about the status of these two men. There are two different statuses that the Torah is talking about here. There is one whose mama, right, is an Israelite woman, and his father is an Egyptian. And there's another one whose mama and father are Israelite, whose father is an Israelite. So why should the Torah go to a length to we know that the Torah is a summary, very short summary of what happened. Torah doesn't have the time to go into length. We have Talmud that go into length, right? But the Torah is short. So it's just going to throw the point to you. That is it. But Torah takes its time to give us this story. Torah is telling us in another language. For you to be an Israelite, your father must be an Israelite, not your mama. What the Torah is saying. We, the Ethiopians, we follow that truth for life. You cannot be an Israelite if your father is not an Israelite. You can't. We don't accept it. But there comes a time in Israel where a man or some men, they rose up, Nehemiah and Ezra. Right? They say they are the wise men. I'm not, don't get me wrong, these are good men, these are great men. They did great job, wonderful job. But when people become overzealous of the Torah, there is a problem. When you become extra nationalistic, when you become a fanatic in nationalism, it becomes a problem. When somebody just rise up and come and say, no, from now on, an Israelite must be known by the mama, not by the father. But the Torah is telling us no. An Israelite is by the father, not by the mama. And that's how we say, the God of our fathers. Where have you seen the God of our mothers? We don't have that. If an Israelite is known by the mama, then we have the God of Sarah, Rebecca, you will never see that in the Torah. Because it's not there. It is fake. God said, the God of your fathers. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God has, don't get me wrong, God has a covenant with the mothers too. Don't get me wrong, because they are the wife of his friends, right? They are the wives of our fathers. And so therefore, God has a covenant with them. But the person that that signed the contract is the man, not the woman. It's still, the woman is still part of the man. Don't get me wrong. Don't forget about that. The woman is a part of the man, but the person whose signature is on the deed is the man, and is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Sarah, Leah, Rebecca, or the other one, or Bina, or whatever it is, right? So Torah is saying the son of the what? Of the Israelite man and the son of the Israelite woman. No, you see, the terminology is very, very clear. Now, the status of the man referred to simply as an Israelite is not in question, for he is defined as an Israelite by the very terminology, the son of an Israelite man and of the son of an Israelite woman. For the other one, he said, the son of an Israelite woman, but the father is an Egyptian. The status of the culprit, on the other hand, is in question. For if by having a mother who is an Israelite was sufficient to make one an Israelite, then the Torah would surely have referred to the culprit or to that Egyptian boy as an Israelite. Right away. The Torah will not differentiate it. The Torah will say, this man is an Israelite. But Torah is differentiating it. No. He is an Israelite by mama, but his father, his genetic code is an Egyptian, not an Israelite. You can only be an Israelite by your father. That's what the Torah said. It's simple, it's not hard. Why are we making it hard? Remember, I told us that the Torah, if the Holy One blessed be He knows that the Torah is hard. I'm telling you, in the first place, He wouldn't have given it to us in the first place, because our God is not a wicked God. If a father know that the son or the daughter cannot do a particular, he knows that you cannot do this job. Can the father give to the daughter or to the son that job? No. Except a wicked man. Because you know that you can't carry his head. So I tell my son, now come and lift 100 kilograms. If I know that he cannot even carry 20 kilograms, then I'm a wicked man. Right? That is it. But the Torah, we can carry the Torah. That is why God gave us in the first place, because it is easy, it's not hard. Very easy. We add a lot of jargon, nonsense, stupidity to make it heavy for the people. Why changing it in the first place? No. Because we want to know those who are from Israel. I understand that. I understand your zeal. I understand your point of view. But when nationalism become fanatism, that's where the problem is. I want to be pure. But from the beginning, the Torah never mentioned about a pure Israel. That is not pure Israelite from the beginning. Because we are always mixed multitude. Among us always mixed multitude. From Egypt, from the beginning, there is nothing pure. Only God is pure. That's the point. Only the Holy One blessed be He is pure. So God made us as a human being. We are all human beings. And He said, through this one, I will make a people. That's what God is saying. Well, I know we are so into it that, oh yeah, I am a pure Israelite. It's nothing like that. Because if you trace back your roots, you will regret it. If you want to say that you are a pure, right? No. The wonder of God, the beauty of God is that those things that they think is neglected, is rejected, is garbage, God will bring it up, sanctify it, beautify it, become beautiful, it becomes great. And they will say, oh, wow. We thought that we are wise. We thought that I have a PhD. But look at, God is taking a shepherd and making a shepherd a king. Can you imagine that? It's not from those noble house. Remember? The man is not from the aristocratic class. It's not from there. He was a shepherd. and God make him a king. Can you see that time is God will say, wow, is this magic or what? It's not a magic. It's a miracle of God. Because God sees his heart. Not the aristocratic or the high class. And the man himself can now realize and understand, say, oh, it is not by my power. It is God who raised me up to do something for the people. That is the idea of the Torah. That is what the Torah is saying. So, for you to become, say, for you to come and become extreme nationalism, and say, all the children that because you, for the men, I mean, the time of Ezra and Nehemiah, he said, all the children that are born unto you from a foreign woman, kick them out. All your wives, kick them out. They are non-Israelite. You should go and they are non-Jews. You should go and marry a Jewish woman to make your children Jews. No. So those children now, where are they now? They are gone. They are lost forever. Even though in their blood is flowing the genetic code of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because of our stupidity, right? Because of extreme nationalism. Because I want to create a pure race. No. I am pure. No. The Torah is not. The idea of the Torah is the idea of bringing all the old people in the world together as one. Making them the people of the living God. That through Israel, who is the light bearer, the other people can follow. That is the idea of the Torah. I take one, just like the way God took the Kohen Gadol from the Kohanim. And God took the Kohanim from the tribe of Levi. And God took the tribe of Levi from the tribe of Israel. And God took the tribe of Israel from the entire tribe of the world. Can you see it? It's a ripple reaction. When you throw a stone into the river, what happens? There's a ripple. You see the ripple? That is the same thing that God is doing here. From the entire people of the world, let's look at the reverse of the what? The reverse of the ripple action, right? From the people of the world, God took a people. Within that people, God took a tribe. From between that tribe, God took a family. In between that family, God took a what? A man. That is it. It's a level. So that all of us can go back and see, even though among all of them, all the tribes, we shall say the Kohen Gadol should come from the tribe of where? From the tribe of Ephraim. Because Ephraim was the head at that time. The tribe of Joseph. That's where the Kohen Gadol should have come from. See, he's the head. And now they say, okay, there's something happened for the tribe of Ephraim. Okay, the head should have come from the tribe of what? From Judah. Right? But God is saying no. The head will come from the tribe of Levi. It's God. He chooses it. We can't say no, don't do it. So you see, God chooses the best that He knows for Himself. Because the tribe of Levi stood firm. The Lord our God, the Lord will follow. When the action of the golden calf, they stood firm. They did not depart from the Lord their God. And because of that, God rewarded them with the gift of the priesthood. Because they stood firm with Moshe Rabbeinu. They said, let every man take a sword and slaughter his fellow man, for those who follow or for those who worship the golden calf. And only the tribe of Levi stood up and slaughtered all of them. Because of that, they are rewarded the priesthood. Because they stood firm with their God. They never waver, they never shift, they never say, hey, no. They believe and they believe it to the end. That is what God is saying. So we as an individual have to understand what the Torah is saying. Finally, let's go. Thus, by referring to the culprit, which is the son of the Egyptian man as the son of an Israelite woman, and not as an Israelite. The Torah is telling us that having a mother who is an Israelite is not sufficient or deemed one an Israelite. Your mama can be an Israelite. Torah never recognized that as you being an Israelite. No. The Torah recognizes that you are an Israelite if your father is an Israelite. The very fact that by having a non-Israelite father, the boy whose father is an Egyptian is called the son of an Israelite woman rather than having the status of an Israelite show that one's father needs to be an Israelite in order to be classified as an Israelite. If your father is not an Israelite, I'm sorry for you. You are not an Israelite. And when we were taken back to Israel, it's a small story, it's a short story before we close. The government of Israel at that time, which is till now, they told the Beta Israel, right? They call us Parashat, right? The Beta Israel. They told us that you have to combat. Then we asked them the question, combat to what? What do you want us to combat to? To idolism or to what? Because we stand firm in the Torah of the living God. We never change. We don't believe what you believe. Because we believe that an Israelite is by the father, not by the mama. They say, no, you have to combat, you have to believe that an Israelite is by the mama. If you don't believe, then we cannot accept you in the society. They force the people to believe that an Israelite is by the mama. You see, it's crazy, eh? But the Torah is saying something different. And they said, and they know, and we are the people that on our 8th day we are circumcised, all of us are circumcised. Can you see the trick of men? The so-called Eastern Europeans who never circumcise. Never. They eat pork. They never circumcise. They just, all of them, they put them in plane. No question asked. They dump them down there in Israel. No question, and they are not circumcised. And we that were circumcised, that follow the true faith of our fathers. Because we don't believe that an Israelite is by the mama, we need to convert. Convert to what? I don't. Till today, I try to ask any rabbi, can you tell me, convert to what? I know you need to believe that an Israelite is by the mama. Why should I believe that? Because the Torah is telling me something different. Ezra says so, Nehemiah says so. I don't care what Ezra or Nehemiah said. What I care is what the Torah is saying, not what the man said. I understand their fanatism, I understand their nationalism, I understand that. Yes, everybody wants to have a pure race, I understand that, I get that. But don't shift the word of God. Don't turn the Torah to something else, which the Torah is not saying. That is where my own argument is. We believe that the Torah that Israelite is by the father, not by the mama. But they believe the other way. So we have to combat for us to be accepted in the society. You see how crooked the whole thing is. They turn the head down and the bottom up. And everybody has to accept it. Because if you don't accept it, you will not get the document. If you don't accept it, they won't give you passport. If you don't accept it, they won't give you permanent residence. If you don't accept it, you won't be accepted in the synagogue. It's very funny, eh? Very funny. But for me, I always want to follow what the Torah said, not what a man said. I understand, as I said, they were mixed back then with a lot of Babylonian. I understand. There's a lot of problem in the house, I know. But don't let us twist the truth upside down. That's what I'm saying. That we should follow what God is saying. Because I know some of those people that say, okay, I'm a Jew. So ask them, are you a Jew? Yes, I'm a Jew because I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. But if you look at it, a Yehudim, yes, Judah grew and swallowed up the tribe of Benjamin, right? But you are not a Jew. You are a Benjamin. Benjamin is different from a Jew. Right? You are a Benjamin. You are not a Jew is a descendant of Yehudim. The Yehudim are called the Jews. Right? Yes, both of them combine together to form one entity. I understand that. But there is a reason the Holy One, blessed be He, distinctively charged them one by one. Levi, Judah, Simeon, Ephraim, Manasseh. It has a reason. Even though in the Messianic writing, at the final say, and there is a 12 stone, and the name of the 12 tribes are written on it. God will say, no 12 tribes, everybody's Jew. No. has a reason for those things one by one. There's a 12 gate, and all the name of the 12 tribes are written there. That's what he said. He didn't say that is one gate and only Jew was written there. No. Right? There's a purpose for everything under the sun. Let's follow what the Torah is teaching us. There's a reason God said there are 12, but all these 12 are one in me, in God. So that's the point. So please, let's see this. And downstairs, before we close, downstairs we're going to talk about the counting of the Emor, and we're going to see the different controversy. And later on, when we have time, I'm going to talk also about vows. What is the purpose of vows? We explain that downstairs by the grace of God. So, Parashat, Emor, who is an Israelite by the Torah? Who is it? So we can see what the Torah is saying. He gave us this short story for us to understand that when the time comes, Torah is not stupid. When the time comes in 200 years, in 500 years, in 2,000 years, in 3,000 years, people will come and change it. But don't believe them. Follow what I told you. Not what is coming out of the mouth of a man, but what I said. The God of the fathers, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shabbat Shalom.